Hello, I'm Dow Bartling, and I certainly hope that you and yours are having yourself that brighter summer day. I understand some days can't be as bright as others. Good Lord sends down some needed rain, and it's not quite so bright, you're thinking, but it's still a brighter summer day. You know, the older that I get, the more that I think. And I think that we can learn little tidbits of life lessons from everyday things that we do, that either we do or that we observe. Example, I've been in this industry, thanks to good Lord, for over 50 plus years. And in those 50 plus years, the vast majority of the time, you're going to find me in a suit. Now, I heard it say once, and it kind of stuck with me, that when you get up, and the good Lord has blessed you that you can get up, and you can go to work, you get to go out and see the world. But remember this, when you get up with that blessing, and you get to see the world sees you. So when I go to work in a suit. But did you know that typically a suit is made of, say, two pieces, pants and a coat? Well, yeah, I knew that. But did you know that the basic elements of a suit is made up of three elements? The silk, the lining, the felt for the lapel, and then maybe a blend or wool for the total suit itself. And of those three elements, when they go to make the suit, there are 28 different pieces to a good suit. And of those 28 pieces, it takes the skill. That skill that's trained for perfection each and every time. That skill, it takes 228 steps for that cutter. Notice I use the term cutter. You see, a cutter is someone who takes well over 6 years to learn that craft, to be able to use those three elements and come out with that skill of perfection. So we use the term tailor a lot of times, but one who actually makes a suit from those three elements is called a cutter. Now, early in my life, I was very fortunate. Graduated in April, and in May I started in this industry. It didn't take me long afterwards that I got to see that networking was important. Let me give you an example. I started in Sioux City, Iowa, and one of the associates that I worked with was a little lady by the name of Kay Econ. Her father-in-law owned a very good butcher shop. And it was in a certain old part of town on 4th Street. Now, Kay was very skillful in her job. Kay had dyslexia. The words were flip-flopped around. And yet, Kay would take dictation. No, by the way, Kay knew shorthand. That's a skill you don't see much anymore, even back then. And she would take the dictation, type it on the typewriter, and sometimes she made a few errors. You'd get them corrected there. But as I said, her father-in-law owned that butcher shop, and of those relatives that she knew, one of them was working in a fine suits store. It was called Weatherwax. It was on the corner. Now, in there was this fine associate there at Weatherwax, Taylor himself, David. Now, some of the things David passed on to me, I haven't forgot to this day as I travel around. One, he said, Now, don't ever wear a tie that is wider than your lapel. Now, you may have different lapel widths, but make sure that your tie is never wider than your lapel. Also, when you tie your tie, make sure that your tie has got a dimple. Make sure that your tie is a silk tie. Also, he let me know this, that in the storefronts of a fine men's clothing store, those mannequins that they use, usually from the torso up, those are a size 40 short, which you happen to be a 40 short. And many, many times when they change the display, they will immediately give a discount because that suit has been out in the storefront. It's a good thing to know. They would also then kind of pass along the process of sitting. You need to know your client. Where do they put their keys? Oh, by the way, he said, always have with you a handkerchief. Not for you, but for her. Do you have a handkerchief? Get to know about the fitting, the client, the process, the people, the relationship, and then the community. You see, they were always polite. They were always reliable. When I needed to be there at 2 o'clock, and if I was there at 2 o'clock, they were ready for me. They would only give something that will fit the client. If it doesn't, let the client know. And they would. And they never worked on Sunday. Never worked on Sunday. Some places you see open on Sunday, they were never open on Sunday. That process, measure twice, cut once. You hear carpenters talk about that. Well, guess what? The cutters, the tailors, same thing. Just didn't get fitted once and got pinned and chalked. I would go 2 times for 2 fittings. Another bit of the process. Use the right tools for the right job. They would show me a set of shears, and these shears were only used for this particular task, nothing else, and it was kept in a special place. No shortcuts. No shortcuts were used. Only the best thread, no artificial thread. Only the best was used. Finally, fabric makes all the difference in the world. The silk, the wool, the felt. Fabric makes all the difference in the world. It's all that combination of the 28 pieces, 228 steps. The fabric makes all the difference in the world. So as you go about looking at different things, be observant. Look for some life lessons and some everyday processes that you see or that you're involved in. If you see someone in a suit, say, hey, I haven't seen someone in a suit for a while. You're looking good. You're looking good. And until we talk again, I want you to go out there, have yourself a brighter summer day. You can make it a brighter summer day because we're in this together, and I'm rooting for you. You take